247 items. It was my first actual print farm order that I had. So we are in the month of September right now. This order was completed last month in August. It was placed, I would say, the 1st of August. What triggered that was I decided to create 3 businesses back in July. One being a 3D printing business, one being a drone photography business, and another one being my tech business, which I've had around for a while. I just kind of let it go stale. And as soon as I created my 3D printing business, I started getting people reaching out. And that's where all this began. I took the step to market myself as a 3D printing business. Within days, I had orders coming my way. So I had a friend of mine reach out, and him and I were talking about the issues he was having with his current 3D printing vendor, and the problems that he was having was it was just taking way too long. They were running low on their 3D printing inventory. After seeing my business, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you help me?" I said yes, not knowing how big the order was, not knowing how difficult it was going to be. So he sent me the list of what he currently sells from the 3D printing vendor that he's using. Those items I was able to find on my Patreons. I have a lot of Patreons. I downloaded them and started printing them. The deadline, like I mentioned before, the deadline with the other company was 9 weeks. I told him I could get it to him, get these items to him in 4 weeks. Well, I over-delivered, and I'm kind of happy I did, because they're definitely going to be doing business with me in the future now. But I was able to deliver them 247 prints within a week and a half's time. Now, let's talk about the equipment I used. I have 4 Bambu printers, 2 S1 carbons, 2 A1 minis, and the material I chose for this job was PLA, PLA silk, PLA matte. So yeah, I didn't really need a really robust type of PLA. Again, these were prints for just customers. They come in, buy what they want, they head out, they either put it on their desk as desk decorations or give it to their child as toys. So I wanted to make sure I left a great impression and did my very best for this job. So I printed everything at 0.16. It did take longer, but the quality was much better than a 0.24 or 0.20. So one thing that made this job very easy, very nice, was the fact that I had Bambu printers. I'm a huge Bambu fan. Anyone that's looking to get a new printer, I always point them to Bambu. These I can literally send prints to, and I don't even check to see if the first layer adheres properly. And that's a 3D printing sin when it comes to just 3D printing in general, you know, especially with other printers who always check the first layer. I sent these prints not too long before I started recording this video, and I haven't even checked on them. Yeah, they're looking great. That's my first time looking at them. So yeah, the order was massive. It was 247 items. They wanted it in a 4-week timeline, and I knew I could get it done, but I didn't know how much trouble I would have and how many times I'd have to switch between printers, take them down for maintenance. So when the order came in, the first thing I did, I got my printers down, went through and performed all the maintenance that was needed. So I think out of the 247 prints that I sent these, I may have had 2 failures, and those were due to just me not making sure the adhesion was right. These things are super reliable, but there's always a possibility of a failure, especially when the user is me. So I sent these on. I had bed adhesion issues on probably 2 of the 247 prints that I sent. So after getting that worked out, these things printed flawlessly. And I was running them 24/7. As far as lifestyle changes, none at all. I just went to sleep at the same time, woke up at the same time. These guys, I work from home, so these guys are always behind me. When I hear the A1 mini chime, or I hear the ding from the print, I don't know what to call that. The filament scraper little thing back there, you guys know what I'm talking about. But when I hear that little ding from that, or I hear the chime, I know the print's done. Take them off the build plate, put the build plates back on, send the next print. And yeah, these guys were running 24/7 for a week and a half. And I had no issues outside of the build plate adhesion. So that in itself speaks volumes to me. I can trust these printers. And right now, these guys are printing items for a craft show, a market. I do a lot of those as well, so maybe that'll be another video I can talk about. So what did I learn from this? Well, I did almost everything right. It's important to make sure your maintenance is done, have everything 100% operational. If there's any maintenance that needs to be done before a big order like this, get it done. Get it done as soon as possible. After that, I always know you never have enough filament. I had to buy pretty much all the filament for this job, and that was a good bit. So I need to make, so that's one thing I learned. Always keep filament on stock. Always keep more than I need, especially when you know you might have a massive order like this that pops up. So the third thing that I learned is get a reliable printer. And when I say reliable, expect the unexpected. When I had a print job running, I had a power outage, and that power outage lasted for about 30 minutes. I had a Jackery backup system that I plugged the printers in. So I had the printers running on that Jackery, and I had like 4 hours of runtime, and I was able to switch back over to normal power when the power came back. So to break that down, I had a power failure at the house. All 4 printers were non-functional. So I had to put on the Jackery, resume print on all 4. That went through, and then when the power came back, I had to then kill the power on them again, plug them up to the wall, and then resume power. So that was 2 print outages that happened to the printers, and they resumed without issue. So that's another thing that I learned. Always be prepared for the unexpected. And another thing that I learned was I need more printers. 4 printers is great. I need to buy a few more printers to keep up with these type of orders, because while these orders are happening on all 4 printers, I also have other projects I'm working on that require the printers. For example, a few test prototypes that I was printing for the Switch 2 and a few other items that I haven't released yet. When I was working on those prototypes, I really needed to use the printer to properly iterate on the prototype. But that didn't happen. So I had to just wait till one freed up, fit a little time in to print my prototype, and then start it back up on the print farm jobs that I had lined up. So with this, I know a lot of you are 3D printers yourselves, not the item, but the person behind the 3D printers. I know you're probably one of those, or you're probably thinking about getting a printer and starting this. So I guess I will address you first. If you're here and you don't own a 3D printer and you're thinking about doing a 3D printing farm, the best thing I can say to do, get a reliable printer, and just start. Just go at it, print as much as you can, as high quality as you can, and just get your name out there. I couldn't be where I'm at now if I didn't post semi-daily of prints that I've done. So that's what I would say to you. If you want to do it and you have passion behind it, do it. Just don't put it off. If you put it off or saying, I need the best printer, I need this printer, I need that printer, I need to have this in place. I've learned from a ton of experience. You can always find a reason to not do something. You can always make an excuse up. If only I had this, I would be doing X, Y, Z. And I'm talking to myself when I say this. Stop putting it off. Don't make excuses. Get out there, get it done, and you'll thank yourself later. So for those who are watching this with 3D printers, I want to ask a question. What is the biggest job you've ever received from a client? Or what is the biggest thing you've ever printed? I'd love to see what you guys say in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.